So there we are, guys, first week in Thailand, and we have Stu Jay Raj here. And well, Stu has been living in Thailand for almost 20 years, I think. Speaks Thai like a native, and is one of the most impressive polyglots actually that I know. So Stu is going to give me and Olly some feedback today on the video that we shot on day 4. So yeah, Stu, thank you very much for.
Awesome, and I saw what you guys have been doing day by day, and it's been great. There and hearing, you're actually building up fluency from the get-go. Now I know, Jan, you've studied a bit of Thai before, right?
Yeah, like last year I studied Thai for about 2 months.
Right.
Yeah.
So a couple of months, and you've had that there. You also speak Chinese.
Yeah, exactly. Mandarin and Cantonese. Know the tones more or less. Have experience with tonal languages.
Okay, great. And because that sort of makes sense now, seeing this. And how about you, Olly?
So I'm a zero beginner in Thai.
Okay.
And but I do know a couple of Asian languages. I know Japanese and I know Cantonese to a reasonable level.
Right.
So that's been really helpful in getting started and making sense of all the nuts and bolts in the beginning.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So as you look at this, it's going to be fascinating. And for Thais listening to this, they're going, because your Chinese language, especially your Cantonese, has actually had a big influence on your Thai here.
Which is very interesting for me to see, yeah.
Which is both good, and it's something though that maybe you need to tweak a little bit, but it can be beneficial for you. So you want to start?
Yeah, so do you think, are these mistakes that we're going to look at kind of common to foreigners learning Chinese? Are we kind of
learning Thai?
Are we a typical case study?
I think this is fantastic. What we're going to see here is, because you're just a few days in, this is the time to nip these kinds of things in the bud. Because one of the things when people finally get to me, or when get to work with them, the hardest thing is unlearning. So you're going to be able to do a lot of the learning from the get-go and nipping these things in the bud before they become things that you need to unlearn. So I think it's fantastic, and they are very common things that you see happening, except you'll see this happening and then getting entrenched in people's subconscious, entrenched in their muscles, to the point that it just becomes standard foreigner Thai.
Sure.
Okay.
Well,
so
what a privilege! So I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
It's awesome. It's like gold. Let's have a look. Okay. Let's hear that again. Listen to this. Sawadee krap. Now, here's something I prepared earlier. This is actually part of my preparing to crack the fundamentals module at stujay.com. I actually put it here. Sawadee krap. In English, we say hi. Hi, how are you? If you're introducing your video. And so what's happened, that subconscious hi, sawadee krap, hi, has come over. And so you see here, hi, sawadee krap. It's actually sawadee krap.
Rising.
It's sawadee krap, low, mid, krap, high tone, which is actually high rising. So say it with me, sawat. Cut your throat off. Sawat. Krap. Sawadee krap. Right. So sawadee krap. No matter when you're saying it or what the mood is, you're never going to say sawadee krap. That's the Falang version. Like here, sawadee krap. You want to say sawadee krap. Yeah. Now, fantastic. And you notice that you're saying krap because it's written in there. Traditionally in Thai, we never had a the rolled R. This was brought in later because it's thought to sound more like Sanskrit-esque and better. Originally, actually, these clusters actually would drop off, and ra was originally actually an L sound. So while Thais will tell the foreign learner to say krap, Thais themselves will say sawadee krap. What happens? Your tongue goes up to the palate here, almost going to make this ra, but it doesn't quite make it. So say it with me. Krap. Sawadee krap. Now don't it. Don't let it hit the palate. So just krap. Yeah.
Sawadee krap.
Right. Now your teachers probably want to punch me in the face because I'm telling you not to do the sawadee krap. But when you go out there, no Thais, unless they're intentionally saying it, we'll say krap, they'll say สวัสดีครับ and then that can get shortened again to สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ awesome they're gems now let's have a look
ครับวันนี้ผมจะไปพูดภาษาไทยใช่ใช่
now this is it so Yan said วันนี้ผมจะไปพูดภาษาไทย which is okay today I'm going to speak Thai now I think you use จะไป I'm going to because in English we say I'm going to you don't need to put the ไป in there it's not a word for word so วันนี้จะพูดภาษาไทยand you could even say because you're going to speak it together use this reciprocated particle กันวันนี้จะพูดภาษาไทยกันokay today we're going to speak it together okay it's like the 香 in Chinese mutually done back and forth so now but what you said was ใช่ now you could do that but that came in as yeah right I think subconsciously you're thinking yeah
it's like the word I've got in my mind for it's like, that's like the way I know how to agree
right yeah and now a lot of Thai people when they learn Thai and the Thai teachers will say oh yes is Thai there's no such word as yes in Thai and that could be controversial for some Thai does not mean yes ครับ does not mean yes Chai actually means it is okay so if I said do you want this one or you want this one Chai okay that might work it is but there are some sentences where it is doesn't work okay
so instead we say
now you would say ครับ
ครับ
would sound much more natural. Now, ครับ does not mean yes. ครับ literally came from ขอ may I รับ receive it into me, which is basically like saying Roger in English. So, วันนี้เราจะพูดกัน ครับ ขอรับ may I receive what you've said, and the fact I've received it is condoning and saying yes, which means yes, but it's not literally yes. Okay, may what you have been said being received. That's what ครับ means.
right
Okay, but ครับ is normally this affirmative statement said, which could be interpreted sometimes as yes. It could be interpreted sometimes as just I acknowledge that you're saying this, and the fact that I'm not saying anything else means that I might not agree.
and sometimes you can use the verb as an affirmative
Correct.
as well right?
Yeah, so หิวข้าวไหม หิว หิว means to be hungry. หิวข้าวไหม are you hungry? You could say ครับ affirming, so I'm affirming that you've said that, and so that case it would be the equivalent of a yes, but you could say หิว or หิวครับ which is the verb. So it's similar to Chinese in that you can say the verb as an affirmative yes, and the negative ไม่หิว
ไม่หิว
ไม่หิวครับ
ไม่
yeah
หิว
good
หิวไหมคุณหิวไหม
I haven't got that yet
หิว all right let's go
วันนี้เราอยากพูดภาษาไทยนิดหน่อย
good
ภาษาไทยใช่ไหมใช่
ใช่ไหม no that's fine isn't it it is that's good so we're going through okay you're running out of the rain
again
and got it
we can skip forward a few seconds
cool guy here
yeah
there's a cool guy yeah okay here we go
คุณจีที่กรุงเทพคุณ
okay now that's really fascinating คุณ ไหล ไหลไหลิ้นดอย you're taking your tone from ไหล from the Cantonese and putting it over the ขุน you see that and it's almost exactly the same tone
yeah
okay
and sometimes when I say pom I find myself saying
Aw, yeah, which it comes out in that. So that's an interesting thing. Now the other thing is sometimes you don't need to use pronouns at all.
yeah
Okay, อยู่กรุงเทพไหม you don't have to say คุณอยู่ที่กรุงเทพ Okay. Now the other thing, who's older between the two of you? Okay.
Obviously.
So from now on, as you're doing these conversations, to make it sound more Thai, call yourself P, elder brother or sister. Okay.
Older brother.
P
พี่อยู่กรุงเทพ พี่เรียนภาษาไทยอยู่ so P is learning Thai. If you would, You could use pom, and sometimes you don't even need to use it. However, when you're addressing Olly
as the senior,
you would call him P. P. ไปไหนมา
P ไปไหนมา
Okay, so ไปไหนมา
ไปไหนมา
not ไปไหน but ไปไหน
ไป
yeah ไปไหนมา
ไปไหนมา
พี่ไปไหนมา
พี่ไปไหน oh sorry พี่ไปไหนนะมา
Good. Where have you been? And then you say พี่ไม่ได้ไปไหน
One more time.
พี่
พี่
ไม่ได้ไป
ไม่ได้ไป
ไหน
ไหน
ไม่ได้ไปไหน
ไม่ได้ไปไหน
พี่ไม่ได้ไปไหน
พี่ไม่ได้ไปไหน
Good. So you're calling him P, but you're calling yourself P. So P is Olly here.
You've taken on this
So,
persona.
yeah, so instead of having to use pom or kun, right now, and this is the very Thai way of doing it, use the relationship kin term for the people in the conversation. And that sounds much more natural.
But I still refer to Yan as
Yan.
Oh right.
คุณยัน
No, just say
Oh, okay.
Yan. Yeah. So Yan ไปไหนมา Yeah. Which would sound much more normal. Now, if it was a more formal event, yeah, you might say kun yan. But as friends, if you call him kun, the Thai would say, what are you calling me kun for?
Right, actually. So the name itself is more colloquial.
Right. Because you know what kun literally means?
No.
Doesn't mean you. Kun comes from the Sanskrit word guna, meaning respect. So guna, respected one. So by saying kun yan, you're saying respected yan. If you're calling kun kap, you're calling somebody. It's not saying you. You're saying respected one.
Sounds good, I think. Yeah. Keep it there.
Yeah. So if you want to use it, that's good. Okay, just a couple more.
กินอาหารไทย
Okay. กินอาหาร. The word Thai, and this is one that we hear a lot when people are first learning. Thai is a very short vowel. Okay. Thai. It's this I, sala I vowel. So say it with me. I. Thai. Thai. คนไทย
คนไทย
คนไทย ภาษาไทย อาหารไทย Good.
คนไทย
อาหารไทย Good. So you can see it's a short. It's not อาหารไทย. It's never falling. It's down to this Thai. It's just this common tone. It's very short. So
one of the things I noticed, and I don't know if this has anything to, I think this is relevant at all, but when I just think about casually listening to Thai and the contours of Thai, I often do, so the first thing that comes to mind is that falling off there. It's kind of,
it's gentle.
Yeah. And so I think I'm kind of using that as my go-to intonation.
Right. Okay. That's possible. They're doing this gentle. And it's you really notice it getting on a Thai Airways flight after coming home from Hong Kong. Everything's yeah, but the word Thai is Thai. ภาษาไทย Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay.
ใช่ที่กรุงเทพผมทุกวันกินอาหารไทยเมื่อวานผมกินผัดไทยที่ผมชอบมากกินผัดไทย
Okay, so that was almost right. Chop mai, do you like it? And then you said chop mai, kin ahan Thai. So there's only one tweak you would do. Put the mai at the end. Chop kin ahan Thai mai.
One more time.
Chop kin ahan Thai.
Chop kin ahan Thai mai.
Perfect. Chop kin ahan Thai mai. And then the affirmative would be
chop.
Got it. Not chai. Yeah.
And could you say clap?
Clap.
Would it work?
Yep.
Or chop clap.
Or chop clap. Perfect. Perfect. And then and I think we'll just do one more because this is a whole lot of stuff, but there's one more which is really fascinating for me to see what happened here.
ผมชอบแผ่นมากผมไม่ชอบอาหารไม่แผ่นไม่ชอบผมชอบมาก
Okay. Two things, one for each of you, and this will finish it up. First of all, if you're taught a Cantonese speaker, you eat the noodle with a sweet and sour pot and a fire. Okay, maybe it's a bit of a stereotype. It does no dog, but you'll say you got a fat. So it's a pot and a fat like cut in the throat. So there's this Southern Cantonese. You see, it's been cut off in the throat here. Okay, now Thai has all of this glottalization too, but there's a difference. The general rule is, now we call them stops. So you will never get a aspirated sound at the end of something. So you'll never hear, say the word mark, you'll never hear mark, top, right? Or bet. You'll never hear this at the end. It kills it. So the general rule is, wherever your mouth intersects itself, if it has this final consonant at the end, the throat will kill it there, but not before. So if I say the word ma, okay, notice that the sound is going to die as soon as my throat hits ma. I don't say ma. My throat has to come to this K position, then kill it. So say it with me. Ma.
Ma.
Good. Ma.
Ma.
Now the word for hot or spicy. Pet.
Pet.
Got it. So pet. My tongue hits here. Pet. Then my throat closes over that. I'm not saying pet, and I'm not saying pet.
Which is like the Cockney.
Yeah, what you think? You want a glass of water? It's pretty pet, isn't it? You want some Pepsi, right? Which is this glottal stop before your mouth's hitting.
Yeah.
But in Thai, it kills it right wherever your mouth is intersecting itself. So say pet ma,
Pet ma.
pet
Pet
ma.
ma.
Got it. Chaw.
Top.
Got it. So it's not chaw. Chaw.
Top.
Got it. Let's listen to that just again to hear actually. Now you know what you're listening for.
ผมชอบแผ่นแผ่นมากผมไม่ชอบอาหารแผ่นไม่แผ่นไม่ชอบผมชอบมากอาหารแผ่น
See, pet.
It's like just no,
Yeah.
The T's nowhere to be seen.
Right. So your mouth actually comes into that position, pet, and then cuts it off, which is better than many people say pet, and that again is going too far the other way.
Yeah.
So if you you bring that bit of a Cockney accent, you still keep the glottal stop there.
Yeah.
Glottal stop there, and then you get it.
And do you think it might be coming from the Cantonese as well?
Yeah, no,
Because
that's
I
where
don't often talk like that in English.
No, I think it's definitely come because what you're doing is exactly what Chinese speakers do when they speak Thai. And so that is very pet mama. If a Thai people is taking off the Cantonese speaker or Chinese speaker speaking Thai, you pet mama. They will take the mickey out of them by speaking it like that.
Right.
Burmese people also do it. Thais call it lin san, lin tang san, short. So lin san, short tongue, which means you're cutting it off in your throat. So an example, 20 baht, 20 baht. Burmese people, they will joke around and say 20 baht instead of 20 baht. There's a film that had a joke in it because kit means to think, mai or. So kit mai or, I can't think of something. I can't think of it. But the word for crap, to do a poo, is ki. And so they joke because kit mai or literally means I can't push a crap out. And so the Burmese person was trying to say kit mai or, I can't think of it, but they come out saying kit mai or, meaning that I'm constipated. And so that's a good memory peg to remember that one.
The dangers of tonal languages.
Yeah, the dangers of early glottalization. Okay, so that, but if you can do that, so say this, pet ma.
Pet ma.
ไม่ชอบไม่ชอบ
ไม่ชอบ
ไม่
ไม่
ชอบ
ชอบ
กิน
กิน
อาหาร
อาหาร
เผ็ด
เผ็ด
อาหารเผ็ด
อาหารเผ็ด
ไม่ชอบกิน
ไม่ชอบกิน
อาหารเผ็ด
อาหารเผ็ด
Good, beautiful. Lastly with you, Jan is Dutch.
Yes, I
from
am.
the Netherlands, and I noticed this with many Dutch learners of Thai.
But we won't hold it against him.
Yeah, what was that? Goldfinger. Point. It's the difference between the aspiration and the non-aspirated. So let me hear this. Non-aspirated P. My throat's closed. Ba.
Ba.
Ga.
Ga.
So it's not a G. It's non-aspirated K. Ga.
Ga.
Ba.
pa.
Got it. As opposed to this aspirated, so like courage. Okay, so say pa.
Pa.
Got it. Pet.
Pet. Yeah,
Pet.
You really have to explode
Pump that
them,
air out,
yeah.
and that's why they come from that second high class column. It's the aspirates. Okay, so pet mark.
Pet mark.
Right. If you say pet mark, you say it's a real duck because
I
pet
see.
means duck.
Oh,
Okay.
two words at the same time.
If you wanted to say a spicy duck, would be pet pet.
Wait. Pet. No, wait. First the pet.
Pet is a
Pet.
duck. Yeah, pet. Now remember not to the end. Pet pet.
Pet.
Got it.
Yeah.
Pet.
Which one is this?
You
Again?
tell me. Pet.
Yeah, that's a spicy.
Yeah. Pet.
Yeah, that's the duck.
Got it.
Hmm.
Try it again. What's duck?
Pet.
Spicy.
Pet. No, pet.
Got it. Duck.
Pet.
Spicy.
Pet.
Spicy.
Pet.
Spicy duck.
First spicy,
Mm.
pet. Duck, pet.
Duck spicy.
Pet.
Got it. And the same would be ka is a crow. So can you say that? Ka
Ka.
and then ka.
Ka.
Good.
Yeah,
So
I think
those
it was
are
more
a little
clear.
bit easier.
Yeah.
And then the other ones are ta,
Ta.
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 So the other word is say ta wa.
Tai wa.
No, ta.
Te.
Yeah, ta. It's
Or
not a
te
diphthong.
wa, but. Yeah.
But ta.
Te.
Not air, but
Oh.
a.
Te.
A. Let's move the vowel up. Can you say it? Ta. That's a bit too air-ish. A. No. A. That's better. Say a. Think you're an Aussie. How's it going? A. Or if you're a Kiwi, ba. Okay? So, ba. That's exciting. Okay, so, ta wa.
One more time.
Ta. Not, it's a bit too air-ish. Ta. A. Yeah, ta. That's better. Ta wa. Yeah, it's still a little bit air-ish, but it's getting better. Try it. Ta.
Te.
It's still a bit air. Ta.
Te.
Let me do these in contrast then. I'll do air and then a. Te. Ta.
Te. Te.
Better. Ta.
Wow. It's going to take some practice.
A. Yeah, and there's a difference. So it's like ta, te. Right in the back. Ta. Say it. Move it up a little bit to the top. Ta. Ta. And then forward. Te. Ta. Te.
This is the movement of your tongue?
Yeah, da, so where it's coming from in your mouth. So da is coming from the back. If you could just imagine this red blimp where the vowel is being placed. Da, it's from around here. Da, it's from around here.
Mm.
Te, it's from around here. Da, te. Da. Just relax your mouth. Da. Better. Te. Da. Te. Da. Da.
Ta.
Da.
Te.
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 Awesome.
So that was
Wow.
it?
So there's a whole lot of stuff in there,
Yeah.
but those little tiny things, getting at them now, are going to totally change the way, not only your own fluency, but when you speak to Thais then.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing is that Thais will be a mirror to the way that you speak to them. So if you speak Falang Thai to them, they will expect a certain level and speak a certain way back, and you'll never get this. But if you go up and you just sound natural and you get behind that Falang barrier, they won't even think to speak Falang Thai to you, they'll just respond naturally.
So what can we say? Huge privilege, Stu. Thanks so much. That was incredibly valuable. I've learned a ton, and I know exactly what I'm going to be focusing on now, at least over the next week and then moving forward. Tell people, for everyone out there listening, where can they find out more about you and what you do?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm really excited what you guys are doing. It's awesome, and I have faith in you. StuJay.com, STUJAY.com. I think you could even see all of these tools are there for you to use, and I think I've got that whole suite on there, the learning suite for it's a very cheap monthly thing, but it's and as you can see the title of the book, it's not a lesson by lesson John and Mary are on the train station or something like that, but it's Cracking Thai Fundamentals, a Thai operating system for your mind. And so the whole idea is to lay this linguistic operating system down so you can learn from your environment 24/7. And so Cracking Thai Fundamentals, Amazon, Asia Books, or you can buy it via the site if you're in Thailand.
We'll put links to all this stuff in the descriptions down below, so definitely check that out. It's fantastic. Stu, thanks so much once again. And
Cup on cup.
Khop khun makครับ
and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Swathi krab